It's my honor and pleasure to introduce to you our Supreme President, Ike Gulas.
Thank you very much. You know, with the job comes the travel, and with the travel comes the eating. And Brother Paulis, it's an honor to have you here tonight. Past Supreme President Peter Paulis, who I consider a very close friend and a mentor, but he also reminded me that I put on a few pounds since the convention. And then I found out we have dinner tonight, so that's you can understand why. Really, when you come to an event like this and you see the gamut, the range from young to old, it's really humbling to think that you're the president of the Order of AHEPA, because it's an honor for me to be here. The new members tonight should be honored, not because the Supreme President was here, because you had a U.S. Congressman lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance, and that's not something that happens every day. And I want to thank Gus for being here tonight, because he is a champion of the issues, and I'll talk about Gus a little bit later, but I want to thank you again for coming. The fire relief effort that Dimitri mentioned. Well, first of all, let me thank also my Supreme Governor Charles Stamoulis for being here tonight, because he drove all the way across Florida. I made the trek 2 days ago, and it's a long trip. And I appreciate you and Mike Pantel and Brother Sergis for being here tonight. They drove all the way here to be here with us, and that's a big honor as well. So thank you all for being here and joining us in this initiation. Most of all, I want to thank Dimitri Kirklees, who helped spearhead, put it together. He knew we were going to be in Tarpon Springs for Epiphany. He asked me if I would be willing to come down for this event, and I agreed. And thank you, Dimitri. Like Dimitri was saying, and like Gus alluded to, John Negroponte is Greek. And when the fires in Greece broke out, the first organization that the State Department contacted was the Order of AHEPA. And whether it was my leadership or the fact that I was in the right place at the right time, I felt a sense of honor to be representing the Order of AHEPA, and I felt it was important that we spearhead the relief effort. And that's why I went to Washington. That's why I met with Congress. That's why I met with the State Department, so that we can let them know we're out here, that we're Greek Americans. We're proud to be Greek. We're Americans, but we're proud of our homeland, and we want them to come to its rescue and its aid. Guys like Gus Bilirakis and Zach Space and Carolyn Maloney stepped up to the plate. And not only did the State Department give the $1.5 million immediate, but I believe there's a bill pending, right, for another 12 or 15 million. But since then, money's come in from all over. The EU, the Archdiocese has been wonderful. The Archbishop has been a spearheader of that effort. And he's worked closely with other Greek American organizations, AHEPA being one of the primary ones. So, and you should all be proud. The relief effort, the care packages that went to Greece, and there was some criticism at first about whether it was needed or not. But the photos that we have of the people receiving the care packages in Greece is a very compelling photo. And it was needed, because these people lost everything. They were devastated. Not only did they lose their homes, they lost their economic livelihood. And, I mean, they were farmers. They farmed that. So when the Archbishop talks about a social issue, he's right. This is going to impact them for decades. And so it's inherent on us. It was inherent, and AHEPA stepped up for the challenge. I mean, we've raised close to $300,000 in cash and another $250 in goods that we sent over. By far, one of the largest relief efforts the Order of AHEPA has undertaken in many years. And I'm proud to be the Supreme President. And I'm proud that you all stepped up to the plate. I want to talk about Gus Bilirakis, and I want to talk about all our Greek American legislators. You know, the Supreme President and the AHEPA cannot lobby, but we can support one of our own. Gus Bilirakis is a Republican. Zach Space is a Democrat. John Sarbanes is a Democrat. Now I think we have Nikki Tsongas, who's a Democrat. They have worked together closer than any bipartisan group that I've ever seen on the Hill, supporting our issues. And the spearheader of that effort is Gus Bilirakis. He's taken a lot of heat for some of the issues that he's charged forward with. But you know what? It comes from the same spirit I know growing up as an AHEPA, running around the convention, watching my dad be proud of being in this organization. I'm sure Gus grew up in Congress watching his father roam the halls of Congress and thought, when I get there, there are things I want to do. And the fact that he's worked as hard as he has in the first term of his candidacy or his office is a testament to how much he loves this community. And so it's inherent on us to support our kind. I was in Ohio about 2 months ago, and I was talking to one of the chapters there about Zach's Space. Zach is being targeted by the Republican Party there because he's a freshman congressman. Gus is being targeted by the Democratic Party in Florida because he's a freshman. And I was speaking to the group, and I said that we need to get behind Zach's Space. And one of the people in the audience said, well, he's got a few issues that I differ with him on. And I said, that's unacceptable. Because whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, you're a Greek. You're a Greek American. And there are issues that are central to us. The other ethnic organizations, they do it. And there's no reason that we have to draw that line. And this guy has not let Republican or Democrat come between him and his Hellenic roots. And for that, we should all be proud, and we should all raise money and keep him in Congress because they're coming after our people. He didn't have to be here tonight. He didn't do this because for show. He did this because he's a true AHEPA and he's a true Hellenic. And I appreciate that one more time, guys. Thank you. As far as the AHEPA goes, we are the leading Greek American organization. And becoming president has made me realize that even more. And I know I have a lot of senior eyes on me, because you guys built and nurtured this organization, and you love it. And it was a big step to elect somebody who's younger. But I view myself as a bridge to the next generation, to guys like Dimitri, the guys like Mike Reppis that are here tonight. Because we're going to take this organization over and hopefully take it to new heights. But we can never have done it without the support, the help, and the love, and the nurturing of the people that are sitting in this room tonight, and the people like you all around this country. Because we never, I've said this a million times, we can never duplicate the Order of AHEPA we started today. There's no way we could build the powerful organization, the chapter-based organization today like it was done 85 years ago. And it's an honor and a privilege to be here with you. It's an honor to have Gus, and it's an honor to be here with the new members. I welcome you into the Order of AHEPA. I look forward to visiting with you guys during the dinner. Thank you once again. I look forward to seeing you again, and God bless. Good night.